Well, folks, if you thought to yourself, we're going to actually get a choice on what we're going to pick, and there's even a fraction of a percent that we won't be choosing the Bracer Guild, and tell you this little title card here is dashing all the hopes and dreams. Let's see what happens. Be getting some artwork attention. I don't know what it is about the Fee fandom, but can we talk about the Sarah Serenades? Hello there. You look like you have something on your mind. We have something we want to discuss with you. That's quite the clever little scheme you've devised. Leave it to Van to find and exploit the smallest of loopholes within the rules. So, think you can help us out? Of course. Who do you think you're talking to? I already know the names of all the teams and their bases of operations within the city, and where their respective entrances are located. How? You haven't even been here an hour. Sure glad she's on our side. Of course, I can't spill all the tea, but I can at least let slip the current locations of the teams. If you wish to have a successful alliance, I suggest you ally with a group that aligns with your principles. You have a particular team in mind? I think the only teams that consider allying with us are... That's so disappointing. So, the Ikaruga was the girl in that, back like in the very beginning, they show like they first introduced the law system, and then there's like a little blurb that says, like, if you do X, Y, and Z, you'll have a chance to, work with some mysterious group or something like that, and that must be the Ikaruga. Because now that I think about it, it does look like her. Well, I'll give the game some credit. They actually let me choose, which is very cool. Then I get to take away that credit because I don't get to choose. Then again, there's a bunch of side quests that I didn't do. It's just disappointing. I would have gone any of these options over the Bracer Guild. The Bracer Guild is literally the most boring one. Who would I choose? I would definitely choose Ouroboros. I want to know what's going on with Arkwood, I believe his name is. Maybe learn a little bit more about him. Consolation prize would be Ikaruga. Love to know more about the Divine Blade of Silver. And Heyoe is just slightly more interesting than the Bracer Guild because Sao is interesting, and Yin is also interesting as well. They sure sound the most interesting. Not evil enough? Think some more. Life is hard. Already got a decent working relationship with the guild, so they might be our best bet. They're also short on manpower, so they're likely to see this as a mutually beneficial arrangement. I can see us butting heads on some things, though. Are you sure? Maybe it gives more choices. It will. It will. Yeah, we're gonna try our luck with... What luck? We're already here at the Bracer Guild. So, Ouroboros would have been gray.
Hey there, guys.
I'm guessing Ikaruga would have been chaos. Which makes Heiwei law? That's kind of weird.
Nice to see you all again.
We apologize for imposing on you like this.
Oh, not at all. Ren already informed us that you would be coming. The game will begin soon, so we may need to keep this brief. What is it you wanted to discuss?
Actually, we wanted to propose something. You guys want to form an alliance for this thing? Oh, now there's an interesting idea. Guess there's no rule that says you can't. You guys sure are pros at thinking outside the box. Well, it's tempting. We are kind of short on numbers. Oh, and please don't misunderstand. We aren't trying to capitalize on that fact. But we have our reasons for wanting to make it to the end. We need to be the last team standing. So how about it? Will you help us? I think it's pretty clear that our interests are aligned. And if we teamed up, I'm sure we'd be a force to be reckoned with. There's one problem, though. That problem is we disagree on a few key fundamental issues. For good or for ill, we must follow the Bracer Code to the letter. So if we join forces, you would have to adhere to it as well. No compromises. See, this is why we don't want to join with the Bracer Guild, because they're like, Bracer Guild stuff. No surprises there. We desperately need all of your help, if we're going to win this. We've already had a lot of run-ins with Almada, more than I'd like to admit, actually. But that also means we know some juicy details about them. Want me to spill the beans? And all you gotta do is join up with us. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal, doesn't it? Gotta hand it to him, the guy knows how to sell an idea, and he's relentless too. Unfortunately, they are a tough customer. Well, you aren't wrong. We don't have a particularly good reason to turn down your offer. Save for one, you are keeping secrets from us. Trust is the foundation of effective teamwork, and you clearly do not trust us. Quote one of your favorite phrases, your request just ain't up to our standards. Negotiations are breaking down fast. Should we? Oh, the Genesees are a secret we should keep close to the chest. The guild has close ties to the Foundation. That's why even Ren hasn't brought it up to them. I'm sure you have your reasons for keeping us in the dark, so I'm not going to press you too hard on it. But if we're going to make this work, there's one concession you'll have to make. You can't bring those two civilians into the game. Oh, right, the code. We'll turn a blind eye to the trainee warrior, the guy with Heiwei connections, and the Marduk concierge. As for that actress, actually, maybe some stones are better left unturned. If you insist on taking those two students, though, the deal's off. We're about to throw ourselves into the fire, and I'm not about to drag them in it with us. You gotta be kidding me. That's dumb. We're not going to leave anyone behind, right, Van? I'd rather not, but I'm not going to force my opinion down their throats. It ain't my job to convince them. I have a personal stake in this matter. The nuclear weapon has more to do with me than anyone else. I'm not about to let it be abused, so I won't stand aside because I know I have the strength to do something about it. I too have held my own during many crises with everyone here. I am capable of making an objective self-assessment of my strengths and weaknesses and what I can and cannot do. I know I can do this. Hold on. I'm hearing something. While I can't share all the details now, I have a strong connection to the truth of what's happening here.
All right. You got the resolve at least.
Oh no, now we're gonna have to fight them. Why is it, why do these games keep doing that? Where they're like, you can't come along, and they're like, speech. And they're like, you know what? All right, you convinced me. It's like, hello? The words aren't gonna change anything.
So now's the part where you put your fist where your mouth is.
But the fighting typically does. Really? We're fighting now, of all times? I fear this is a necessary measure if we're going to convince them. This is a test of the mettle of our youth, and I will stay out of this.
Many thanks, friend.
Jin.
We'll be rooting for you.
Up against a future S-rank bracer. Don't drop your guard for a second. Right. Deal zeros with me. Understood.
And I, Jin the Immovable of the Taito School, will serve as your opponent. Show me just what you can do.
You could at least let me set up people's orbments and stuff before the battle, and not just assume that I'm using these characters. I don't even know what Aaron can do anymore.
Keep it up! It's working!
Absorb magic. Well, that's going to be useless for this fight.
Going all in. Show me your spirit. Blink. A chance. Let's party.
Activating drive.
Why would Ikaruga be chaos? Because they're Jaegers.
Going all in.
Initializing drive.
Get out of here.
Oh, yeah, Guardian?
You're crushed.
On that.
I don't think Ouroboros would be chaos. But I guess technically both of them could fit.
Show me your spirit. Show me your spirit.
On that.
I see you're not all talk. Here goes.
Enemy halter.
Make it count.
Time for the main event. Haha, you got me.
Did Van do most of the work there? Probably not. I think Anya's and Catra probably pulled their weight. The match is decided. Does that mean we did it? Well, I'll be. You got me. I might be getting a little too old for this stuff. Says the guy who isn't even out of breath. You're a freak of nature, you know that? I guess the Taito style is the real deal. Stood as firm as a mountain in the wake of our attacks. No wonder he is called the Immovable. So if we beat you, then does that mean? Yeah, I'm fully convinced you've got all the will and the strength to see this through, even you two. Can't dismiss you as helpless civilians now. I won't object to you tagging along. Thank you, sir. Admittedly, I would not be able to keep pace without the aid of Fio and Zeros. I draw my strength from my gun swords, and you draw your strengths from them. It's all relative. I'll give credit where it's due. You all have grown much stronger since we first met. Still reluctant to accept your participation in this, but seeing as how my companions have come around to the idea, I will concede.
Guess that settles it. We'll happily work with you guys. So long as our shared goal is to stop Almada, and ideally take him in alive, this doesn't violate the Bracer Code.
We should have went with the suckers. This is one of those moments where it's like, I should restart the game and do all the side quests so that I can potentially get like rank 3 of at least one thing, maybe multiple things, and choose literally anybody but the bracers.
But we're still gonna follow the code to the letter. Can't waver on that point no matter what. Deal?
I want to be like, nah, no deal. I don't actually need you. You need me more than I need you. We count on you guys.
Same here.
Why the long face? You're not happy about this arrangement? That's surprising.
On the contrary, I'm quite pleased. They will no doubt prove to be a valuable asset to us. Although this does throw a wrench into my plans. Huh. Actually, maybe not.
Then Elaine and Fee will join you in the Underground Labyrinth expeditions. They will not accompany you around town. I'll have to ask Mr. JRPG who he chose, and I'll probably have to go around YouTube, and I'll also check what Ghost VTS chose as well. Presumably they chose somebody that wasn't the Bracer Guild. Certainly someone that's more interesting than the Bracers. After the alliance was formed, all that was left to do was wait for the game to begin. Both groups passed the time by exchanging information until the appointed hour finally arrived. Doesn't this double the work that we have to do? Because now we have to do the Bracer side and our side. It's almost time.
The upper zone is now accessible to Team Arkwright Solutions.
Looks like the door has been activated. Now we just need to use our keycard. Didn't say anything about our alliance. I won't lie, I was a little anxious about that. I thought we'd be okay in the end, but I was nervous too. Looks like it's treating us as one team. Yeah, we're part of Team Arkwright Solutions now. Guess that's fine by me. Shouldn't we be Team Bracer? Because we have to follow their rules? We'll probably betray them or something. Well, this is it, y'all. Let's get moving. Okay, this labyrinth is way bigger than I expected. For real, this is just the upper floor. I surmise this place was once an underground waterway, likely constructed during the Dark and Middle Ages. It might have been used as an escape route from the palace back then. Yeah, probably.
All of the players have now entered through their designated doors. Very good.
Dante. He's using a projection. Indeed, and a shard-based one by the looks of it.
I just confirmed that all participating parties have completed the game's registration process. I would like to extend a warm welcome to each and every team here. All 19 of you.
Is that 19 teams or 19 people? It's a higher number than I expected. Could be a little inflated. It's possible the Jaeger Corps split themselves into multiple groups.
You are standing in an underground facility that was constructed by the former royal family and tweaked by us for the purpose of this game. Before the slaughtering can begin, however, there are a few additional rules we must explain. Care to do the honors, Melchior?
Ooh, with pleasure. Finally, my time to shine has arrived.
Welcome to our little game, players. I'm positively teeming with anticipation to get this glorious bloodbath underway. First, there are a few important details you ought to know. Take a gander at the keycard in your possession. That very card serves as unequivocal proof of your right to partake in our humble little game. We distributed one card to each team. The key to victory is to steal the other team's cards and bring a set number of them to the doors at the end of each zone. After that, you will come face to face with the zone's boss. You must defeat them to advance. So if you honestly believed you could finish this game without spilling a single drop of blood, then I'm happy to disappoint. When a team inevitably loses, they must hand over all their key cards to the winner and take a bow. They cannot advance, nor can they interfere with the remaining players inside the game. Oh, and don't even think about fleeing the city. Heavens no, you will all tremble in fear until the very last day of the game. Also, while I cannot force you to kill each other, I will cry if you don't. So for my sake, don't show any mercy. Oh my gosh, you could literally force them to kill each other. Like, literally. You know, treat this seriously. If you guys want this, oh my gosh, come on. Probably mentioned the bonus feature we threw in to add a touch of thrill and suspense. We placed nuclear bombs in each of the underground zones. They aren't as potent as our palace bomb, but they're at least strong as a shot from a railway gun. Oh my gosh. No, never mind. That was an ion. If you let even one of them go off, a few thousand people will be knocking on Adios's door. Bombs are hidden, so you'll have to defeat the zone boss to disable their activation switch. There's a time limit in place, so no dilly-dallying. No shilly-shallying either. If you focus solely on disabling the palace bomb, you may find that Aracion will be short of a few districts at the end of the game. Now, I know that was a lot for your tiny little brains to process, but I do hope you at least got the gist of it. We'll be keeping a watchful eye on all of you. We can't have you breaking any rules now, can we? So try to be on your best behavior.
Alrighty then. Now that the ground rules have been laid bare, we can finally start the murdering. For round 1, you will need 3 key cards to proceed to the next zone. The first bomb will go off in exactly 3 hours. We spared no expense in preparing this carnival of carnage, so put on a good show. I want to see piles of mutilated corpses.
That bastard sure loves the sound of his own voice. Situation's gone from bad to worse to crap. To super worse. That's putting it mildly. Cannot fathom how they acquired so many explosives. If they really are as powerful as a railway gun, then we're in a lot of trouble. I imagine Melchior devised that part of the plan, and unfortunately, we would need more than 3 hours to find them on our own. I doubt we can tip the police either. We'd run the risk of the public finding out about this game. They planned it all down to the smallest detail. Makes me sick. I don't disagree, but we should focus our energy on the task at hand, namely defeating the bosses of each zone. Right, Master, we shouldn't overthink this. Just had a thought. Our group size doesn't really lend itself to quick and easy coordination in fights. and we're a little pressed for time. Got a point there. I think the three of us should do our own thing in fights. That way you don't have to worry about giving orders to everyone. Actually, maybe you can work more closely with them, Elaine. You and Van know each other so well, after all. I would like that. That was actually my plan from the start. Gotcha. No objections from me. There's no telling what's waiting for us in here, so keep your eyes and ears open, everyone. Understood. Let's go. Depending on the group you choose to cooperate with in Erasion, different characters will become your allies. Certain characters can be controlled in both field and command battles, whereas others cannot be controlled on the field and will act on their own in command battles. Oh, that's interesting. Can you get out of my party, Elaine? Alright, homeboy Slice is the one. He's supposed to go right there. So this is probably a plot hole. We'll see if they address this, but we are currently in the Arc Ride Solutions section of the underground cavern. The Bracers had their own entrance with their own Bracer section of the underground cavern that presumably has nuclear devices all within it. So how does that work? You know, like, they presumably have their own end boss that they need to defeat to disable the nuclear devices. And if they don't do that, then a bunch of bombs go off because we decided to team up.
Here goes.
I've got this.
Here I go. A ship from above, perhaps. Prepare yourself for a fight.
You know, this is a lot of people in battle.
That was a decent fight.
My master sure kept some powerful company.
Fighters like you are a rare breed. Glad to have you on our team.
Likewise.
We'll be expecting a lot from you all. Let's give it our best.
Prepare yourself for a fight.
Oops.
I will take it.
Let's finish the job.
That was a decent fight.
Thank you for doing your part, Bearguard.
Oh. He said Bear Guard. I thought he said Bear God. I was like, are you giving him a nickname? Is he the Bear God?
We would do well to rest here.
Even more ground rules? When is the next set of ground rules? I want to know when the air rules are. Where the flying rules at?
Yo,
What was that?
welcome to the party.
Behind us!
What? It's him. It's the guy we saw in Longline.
Damn. It ain't every day I run into someone who could take one of my attacks head on. You're the real deal, aren't you, Roaring Lion?
I cast that name aside long ago, so the Gardens intend to aid Almada to the last, I see.
Yep, gotta honor the contract we made with Dantes and all.
What? You're one of the Garden's overseers. Ari... how do they pronounce it again? Ariok? The Eradicator, wasn't it? He's the zone's boss.
Good thing this ain't a quiz show, because you'd be wrong. You could think of me as this game's ref. I'm here to carry out the observational system's will. That way, when it finds a couple of cheaters like you, I can deliver a little dose of punishment. I'll give you some credit, though. The possibility of teams joining up never crossed our minds.
This isn't good. Alliance must be regarded as violation of the rules. Oh no.
Nah, you're good. If it was, the nuclear device would have blown you sky high by now. If anything, I like the way you think. Takes one hell of a creative mind to find a loophole in our rules.
Wasn't very much of a loophole. I mean, just literally wasn't. It's less a loophole and more you didn't make it a rule.
You're really towing the line here, though. That's why you got a penalty on your hands. And I'm here to deliver it. Good luck. Try not to die on me, you hear?
Don't smile like that when you're talking about murder. It's creepy. Here he comes. This is the first wall in our path, and we'll plow straight through it. She's still saying yeah.
Let's get to hunting already.
Some more. Here's our chance.
Oh my gosh, I can combine with them too? Like, that's crazy.
Keep it up. It's working.
There's no way this crit will be better in anything I do.
Going all in.
Make it count.
This'll hurt.
It's over! Activating skill.
All fired up for me.
Thundering kick.
Take it from here, Fee.
Your rules suck. Like the old man's animations, it's like his movements is all stiff because of his intense rippling muscles. That could be it. Could have done 5,000 damage.
I shall handle this.
Then handle it, old man.
Come on, let's go.
I don't think we've seen this one. That was probably the least exciting S-Craft I've ever seen in my entire life.
Activating skill.
Just to be sure.
A chance.
Make it count.
Gotcha.
Here's our chance.
Put you in your place. Away with you. Your move.
This guy is getting slapped up, by the way. Airplane.
Initializing drive. Again.
A chance! Activating drive.
So I'm guessing we would have had Walter as like our controllable person, and then Lucrezia and Harkwood would have been the unplayable characters.
I leveled up.
One can always stand to improve.
Not bad. You guys got some fire in you, that's for sure. Holy smokes, his wounds just closed up. This guy is a monster. You think his halberd and armor are artifacts? Very likely, they could be granting him unlimited regenerative power. How was that fair? And you called us cheaters. Doesn't matter, we've got no choice but to fight. Nope, we're done now. The monitoring system isn't compelling me to act anymore, which means the punishment you deserve has been doled out. Well, that's how that works. Power granted to him must only be reserved for punishing those who breaks the rules. The amount of punishment imposed must be relative to the infraction committed. Here's a takeaway: don't break the rules. Also, if I catch you slacking in a fight, I'll light a fire under your butts. Oh, and don't you dare die on me before this is over. I'm happy you're taking a part in this, by the way. You said you're an actress, right? One of these days, I ought to go and see one of those movie things. Excuse me? Are you implying you've never seen a movie before? That is ridiculous. Do yourself a favor and go to the theater right now. You're better off ditching this stupid game anyway. Judith, is this really so pressing of an issue? I'll think about it. Good riddance. I don't really care about him not seeing a movie before, but if he goes to watch one right now, I wouldn't complain. And if he doesn't, I will drag his sorry butt to a theater seat myself. He has a lot of catching up to do. Well, if he were to do so, that would be one less powerful foe to worry about. Thanks for backing us up, you guys. If not for you, I doubt we would have stood a chance. We were doing just fine on our own. No need to thank us. Helping those in need is what we do. I mean, we wouldn't have had to fight him if we'd never made this alliance in the first place. But it did help us learn about the penalty system. Makes me think this might not be the only loophole. And now, we know that triggering said loopholes won't immediately trigger the nuclear weapon. The same can be said for flagrant violations, though. In any event, this was likely intended as a warning to stay away from the gray areas of the game. If I were to speculate, I'd say the final judgment call on penalties will be made by the device overseeing the game rather than Armada itself. That seems probable. We should keep that possibility in mind moving forward. Right. Anyway, we may have started off on the wrong foot, but at least we got some useful info out of the deal. Let's keep moving. Right, we have no time to waste.
That looks like a nice chest.
We just scream. We wrote these so they can be exploited. I mean, that's generally how rules work. Oh. Yeah. Looks like this is the maximum number of people in the party we'll ever see. Oh, that's how they display them over there, huh? Got stuck with the bracers? Yeah. Who did you get, or who did who was prompted to you, Mr. JRPG, and then who did you choose?
Testing, testing. This thing on? Can everyone hear me?
Oh, great. That's Psychopath.
My name is Viola. I'm the boss of the Upper Zone, which you're all currently in. I'm here to inform you that 2 teams are out of the running.
Team Zahat has been eliminated. Team Delore has been eliminated.
What? Already? Team Zahat. Oh, the Scorpions of Zahat. That's a Jaeger Corps that operates in the Central East. And Team Dolor must be referring to the Dolor family.
Both teams were certainly formidable, but they quickly ran into foes above their level. Quite unlucky. Oh well, so it goes. You'll be notified like this every time a team is eliminated.
But you told us that 2 teams were eliminated. So are you saying that the teams were eliminated exactly at the same time?
Better pick up the pace, my precious little players. Clock's ticking.
Didn't take long for this to turn into a free-for-all. As expected, I came ready for a fight anyway. No telling when we'll run into another team. Try to be careful, but remember, this is still a race against time. Right, we'll keep that in mind. Alright, so everybody is in the same level, as it were.
That looks like a nice chest.
Engaging it.
Get a chance to walk out of that.
You're mine.
Hurry, Gotcha! Hurry, Gotcha!
Sucker.
Wheel chose bracers for you between them, Heiwei, and Ikaruga. Oh, Mr. JRPG. Why did the wheel betray you?
No need to go easy. Here's a little more.
It should be safe for now.
I literally only had the bracers as my option. I did not choose them because I wanted them to be on my team.
This labyrinth is rather large, isn't it?
Yes, alarmingly so.
And all the other teams are blasting through it at the same time as us?
The elements are in our favor.
Thank you for the help.
Yourself for a
We can win right now.
Oh, you're not stunned anymore?
I will
Bye.
take my leave. That was a decent fight.
Thank you for doing your part there, guys.
The elements are in our favor.
My master sure kept some powerful company.
Bet we can rest there.
We would do well to...
We'll do a safety mark here, just in case.